retro. So in 2024, I did a predictions video for every single WWE event or PLE or whatever they're called now. And this video is gonna be in two parts. The first part, I'll be giving myself a score. So I'll be looking over all the predictions videos that I did in 2024 and seeing how correct I was and giving myself a score. And then the second half of the video, it'll just be a compilation of all of those predictions videos from last year. So I thought that would be kind of a fun thing to do, to see how I did. Okay, so let's get started here. And by the way, for this part of the video, I'm not going to use the funny wrestling names that I usually use, just because it was a lot easier for me to do it this way. Alright, let's get started here. We start with the Royal Rumble. So the 30 Women Royal Rumble. My pick was Becky Lynch, but the actual winner was Bayley, so that gets an X. Big fat X. And then there was Roman Reigns versus AJ Styles versus LA Knight versus Randy Orton. I picked I picked Roman Reigns, and I was correct. Let me get a check there. I know that it's kind of small, the writing, but I didn't want to waste a ton of paper here, which I kind of did anyway. But then we had Logan Paul versus Kevin Owens. I picked Logan Paul, and that was correct. And then there was the 30-man Royal Rumble. I picked CM Punk, and the winner was Cody Rhodes. So out of 4 matches, I got 2 correct. I'll put this here, 2 out of 4, which equals 50%. As you can see up there. Okay, not the greatest start, but that's okay. That's okay, we just move along, you know what I mean? Okay, then we have the Elimination Chamber was next. So the Women's Elimination Chamber between Becky Lynch, Liv Morgan, Naomi, Raquel Rodriguez, and Tiffany Stratton. I picked Becky Lynch, and that was correct. The undisputed WWE Tag Team Championship, the Judgment Day versus New Catch Republic. I picked the Judgment Day, and that was correct. For the Men's Elimination Chamber between Drew McIntyre, Bobby Lashley, Kevin Owens, LA Knight, Logan Paul, and Randy Orton, I picked LA Knight. That was incorrect. And for Rhea Ripley versus Nia Jax, I picked Rhea Ripley, and that was correct. So out of 1, 2, 3, 4 matches, I got 3 correct. So that's 3 out of 4, which equals, you can see that, 75%. Okay, moving on. Now we have Wrestlemania XL Night 1. Rhea Ripley versus Becky Lynch. I picked Rhea Ripley, and that was correct. Then there was the Judgment Day versus A Town Down Under versus Awesome Truth versus DIY versus the New Day versus the New Catch Republic. This was a tag team ladder match. So I predicted that the Judgment Day would take one of the belts, and then a Town Down Under rather, would take the other one. But it was A Town Down Under and Awesome Truth to take the 2 individual belts. So I'll give myself a 0.5 for that one. 0.5. Okay. And then there was Rey Mysterio and Andrade versus Santos Escobar and Dirty Dominic Mysterio. I picked Santos Escobar and Dirty Dom to win, but Rey Mysterio and Andrade won, so that is incorrect. Then there was a singles match, Jey Uso versus Jimmy Uso. I picked Jey Uso, that was correct. Then there was Jade Cargill and Bianca Belair and Naomi versus Damage Control. I picked the Jade Cargill's team, which was right. Then there was Gunther versus Sami Zayn. I picked Gunther. Sami Zayn won that one, so that gets an X. And then finally, for night 1, there was the Bloodline versus Cody Rhodes and Seth Rollins. I picked the Bloodline, and that was correct. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 matches. And I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 4.5 correct. So let's see, that is a, make sure you can see this here. Very important that you see this, 4.5 out of 7, which equals 64%, give or take. Okay, get rid of that page for now. Now we go on to night 2, Wrestlemania XL night 2. We had Seth Rollins versus Drew McIntyre. I picked Drew to win, and that was correct. However, Damian Priest did cash in the Money in the Bank, and take it from Drew, but that was not a scheduled match, so that doesn't count. There was a Philadelphia street fight, the Bride versus the Final Decimate. I picked the Bride, that was correct. I picked LA Knight versus AJ Styles. I picked LA Knight. That was also correct. Logan Paul versus Kevin Owens versus Randy Orton. I picked Logan Paul, and that was correct. Then I picked Io Sky versus Bayley, and I picked Bayley, and that was correct. Sorry, these go on to more than one page sometimes because WrestleManias are super long, but anyway. And then we had Roman Reigns versus Cody Rhodes up there at the top. And I picked Cody Rhodes to win, and that was correct. So that was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 matches. And 6 out of 6. Doing some math here. Equals 100%. Not too shabby, not too shabby. Okay. Get rid of this page. Okay, then we have Backlash France. So we had Bloodline versus Kevin Owens and Randy Orton. I picked the Bloodline, that was correct. Then there was Bayley versus Naomi versus Tiffany Stratton. I picked Bayley, that was correct. Damian Priest versus Jey Uso. I picked Damian Priest, that was correct. The Kabuki Warriors versus Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill. I picked Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill, that was correct. And then the the Cody Rhodes versus AJ Styles. I picked Cody Rhodes, and that was correct. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we have a 5 out of 5. Crunching the numbers, I get 100%. Okay, cool. So far, so good. So good. See if we can keep this streak going here. King and Queen of the Ring. So the Women's World Championship, Becky Lynch versus Liv Morgan. I picked Becky Lynch, but it was Liv Morgan. Takes the win here, so I'm wrong about that. Sami Zayn versus Chad Gable versus Bronson Reed. I picked Sami Zayn, that was correct. Nia Jax versus Lyra Valkyria, however you say that. I picked, so this was the tournament, right? So we didn't know who was going to be in the final yet when I made the prediction, so I picked Bianca Belair, who wasn't even in the match, but anyways, Nia Jax won, so I was wrong. Okay. Same thing with the King of the Ring tournament. It was Gunther versus Randy Orton, but I didn't know that. I picked Tama Tonga, whatever. But Gunther won, so that was incorrect. Okay, so then we had Cody Rhodes versus Logan Paul. I picked Cody Rhodes, and that was correct. So out of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 matches, I got percentile. Okay, didn't do so well that time, but that's okay. That's okay. Okay, then we have Clash at the Castle, Scotland. So we have Cody Rhodes versus AJ Styles. I said that Cody would win. I was right. Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill versus the Unholy Union versus Shayna Baszler and Zoe Stark. I said Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill to win, but Unholy Union won. So I was wrong about that. Sami Zayn versus Chad Gable. I picked Sami Zayn. That was correct. Bayley versus Piper Niven. I picked Bayley. That was correct. And Damian Priest versus Drew McIntyre. I picked Drew McIntyre, but Damian Priest won, so that was incorrect. So that's how many matches was that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 matches. 1, 2, 3, correct. 60%. Okay. Alright. Hopefully that is in focus, but I'm trying my best here. Okay, Money in the Bank. So the Money in the Bank ladder match, Drew McIntyre, Andrade, Carmelo Hayes, Chad Gable, Jey Uso, and LA Knight. For some reason I picked Carmelo Hayes, but Drew McIntyre won, so I was way off on that one. The Intercontinental Championship, Sami Zayn versus Braun Breaker. I picked Braun, but Sami won, so I was wrong about that. Damian Priest versus Seth Rollins versus Drew McIntyre. I picked Damian Priest, that was correct. Women's Money in the Bank, Tiffany, Chelsea Green, Io Sky, whatever her name is, Naomi, Zoe Stark, Tiffany. I picked Tiffany, and Tiffany won. And okay, pages are stuck together. Come on. There we go. And then we had the Bloodline versus Cody Rhodes, Kevin Owens, and Randy Orton. I picked the Bloodline, and the Bloodline did indeed win. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 matches, and 1, 2, 3 correct picks here. So once again, that would be right here. So 3 out of 5 equals 60 percentages. Okay, making some good progress here. Uh-oh, here comes SummerSlam. I remember not doing so well in SummerSlam, but let's see. Okay, SummerSlam, we have the, Liv Morgan versus Rhea Ripley. I picked Rhea Ripley. Liv Morgan won. Sami Zayn versus Braun Breaker. I picked Braun again, and this time Braun did win, so that's correct. Logan Paul versus LA Knight. I picked LA Knight, and that was correct. Bayley versus Nia Jax. I picked Bayley. Nia Jax won. That was not right. Drew McIntyre versus CM Punk. I picked Punk, but Drew won, so that was wrong. And then the Damian Priest versus Gunther. I picked Damian Priest, but Gunther won. Wow, I'm not doing good on this one at all. And then Cody Rhodes versus Solo Sikoa. I picked Cody, and Cody did indeed win. So that was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 matches. 1, 2, 3 correct. Yikes. So 3 out of, what did I say, 7? Yeah. Equals 43%. And no, I'm not a math genius. I pre-calculated this. Full disclosure. Okay. Bash in Berlin. Okay. Cody Rhodes versus Kevin Owens. I picked Cody, and Cody won. The Unholy Union versus Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill. I picked Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill, and that was correct. Pretty good so far. Keep it up. And then CM Punk versus Drew McIntyre. I picked Punk, and that was correct. And then we had Damian Priest and Rhea Ripley versus Dominic and Liv. And I picked Damian and Rhea to win, and that was correct. Gunther versus Randy Orton. I picked Gunther, and that was correct. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Rhodes and Roman Reigns versus the Bloodline. I picked the Cody and Roman, and that was correct. So we have another one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 out of 5 here. 5 out of 5 equals 100%. Okay. And then we have Crown Jewel. So we had the Bloodline versus Roman Reigns and the Usos. I picked Reigns and the Usos, but the Bloodline won, so incorrect. We have Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill versus Damage Control versus Metaphor versus Chelsea Green and Piper Niven. I picked Bianca and Jade, and that was correct. Okay, and then let's see. It was Seth Rollins versus Bronson Reed. I picked Seth, and that was correct. Liv Morgan versus Nia Jax. I picked Nia Jax, and Liv won, so that was incorrect. LA Knight versus Andrade versus Carmelo Hayes. I picked LA Knight, that was correct. And Cody Rhodes versus Gunther. I picked Gunther, and that was incorrect. Hope I'm not making any mistakes here. Call me out if I'm doing any wrong math or anything like that, but that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 matches. 1, 2, 3. So 3 out of 6. And my book is 50%. Okay, where are we here? So 3 out of 6 equals 50%. Okay. Done with this page, yes. Okay, Survivor Series War Games. There's the War Games match, blah blah blah. I'm not gonna name all those names, but I picked Team Ripley, and Team Ripley indeed won. So that's correct. LA Knight versus Shinsuke Nakamura. I picked LA Knight. Shinsuke won, so that's incorrect. Braun Breaker versus Sheamus versus Ludwig Kaiser, whatever. I picked Braun, that was correct. Gunther versus Damian Priest. I picked Gunther, that was correct. And the men's War Games match between all those names. I picked the Bloodline, but Team Reigns won, so that was incorrect. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 matches. 1, 2, 3 out of 5. Let's see, where are we here? Can you see that? 3 out of 5 is 60%. Okay, and finally, Saturday night's main event. We had Drew McIntyre versus Sami Zayn. I picked Drew. That was correct. Don't go too far with that one. Okay. Then we had Liv Morgan versus Io Sky. I picked Liv Morgan. That was correct. Gunther versus Finn Balor versus Damian Priest. I picked Gunther. That was correct. Chelsea Green versus Michin. I don't know how you say that. I picked Chelsea, and that was correct. And finally, Cody Rhodes versus Kevin Owens. I picked Cody Rhodes. That was correct. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's a 5 out of 5. 5 out of 5, which I'll write here. 5 out of 5 equals 100%. Alright, now let's get a final average here. Give me a few minutes, I'll do some calculations. I'll be right back. Alright, I did some number crunching, some adding, and some subtracting and dividing and all this quadratic equation stuff, and I figure my average is about, rounding up, 72%, which is let's say a B minus. We'll circle it so we know that's the final thing. Not too bad. And I think I deserve a nice star. And maybe a smiley face. And maybe a pumpkin sticker. How many stickers? But that's supposed to be a pumpkin. And what else? A good job. Good job. Alright guys, anyways, that's how I did on this last year's pay-per-view predictions, 72%. I hope you enjoyed this. Now, stay tuned to see the compilation of all my prediction videos from last year. But with that being said, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Take care. Bye-bye. Since 2014, the revolutionary force in retro entertainment. Hey guys, ASMR Retro here. Today I'm doing my predictions for Royal Rumble 2024. It's that time of year again. One of my favorite pay-per-views of the year. Probably my second favorite. Maybe even my favorite. But anyways, here we go. I'll give my predictions for each match. There's only 4, so shouldn't be that long. And as always, I'm not an expert. This is just for relaxation purposes, so, don't take it too seriously. Okay, so the Royal Rumble taking place on January 27, 2024 in St. Petersburg, Florida at the Tropicana Field. Okay, first up is a singles match for the WWE United States Championship, and it's your current champion, Hollywood Paul Hogan, versus Karen Owens. This should be a good match. Karen Owens is a great wrestler, and Hollywood Paul Hogan, even though I don't really like him that much in real life, but I have to say he's pretty good as a wrestler. I think he requires someone else to be calling the match in the ring. Obviously, he has a lack of experience, and Karen Owens should be able to do that with no problem. So I think it's going to be a really good match. Yeah, I see no reason why Karen Owens would win this, especially with the way they're booking champions lately. I think Paul Hogan will retain the United States Championship. Okay, next up is the Fatal 4-Way match for the undisputed WWE Universal Championship. And, so it's basically Roman Reigns with his wide man Bolly Walnuts, of course, versus Sandy Norton, versus AJ Styles Sheets, versus LA Tonight. So this, to be honest, I'm not the biggest fan of Fatal 4-Way matches, even though I am a fan of everyone involved in this match, so it should be good, despite the fact that I'm not a fan of the match style, match format, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, I think what's going to happen is, like we all know, Roman Reigns is going to win. That's obvious, but I think it's going to end where, LA Tonight is going to hit his finisher, the BLT, on, I don't know who, probably not Roman, but somebody, and then he's going to go for a pin or something, and someone's going to screw him over, or maybe Han Solo comes in and gives him the spiked punch, and then that'll give Roman Reigns a chance to get up, hit the Spartacus punch, hit the javelin, and then 1, 2, 3, Roman Reigns wins, and still your champion, the head of lettuce, the tribal chef, the leader of the breadline, Roman Reigns. That's just my prediction, but we'll see what happens. It should be pretty entertaining. Next up is the 30-woman Royal Rumble match for the Women's Championship match at Wrestlemania Extra Large. And so far announced is Bayley, Nylon Sax, Becky Lynch, Blanca Belair, Raxine Double D, and Ivory Denial. Honestly, I have no idea who's going to win this one. I'm not even sure who they're pushing these days, but I'm just going to go with Becky Lynch. I mean, why not? She's been out of the title picture for a long time now. So, yeah, I'll go with Becky Lynch. Okay, finally is a 30-man Royal Rumble match for a World Championship match at Wrestlemania XL. So who has been announced so far is Cody Rhodes, CN Tower, Milkshake Macaroni, Bobby Eyelash, Drew McIntosh, Uter, Brad Stable, Oatmeal, Shakira Tozawa, Kofi Kingsman, and Damian Breach. Pretty good lineup so far. I'm sure there'll be a lot of surprise entrants as always. So really, of these announced names, there's only 2 that really standing a chance. I think it's Cody Stones or CN Tower. And Stones won it last year, so I don't see a point of him winning it again. So I guess the obvious choice would be CN Tower, unless the Jock makes a surprise return and he wins or something like that. But then, man, CN Tower will be spinning in his grave if that happens. But no, I think Tower's gonna win, and he'll probably go on to face Seth Meyers at WrestleMania, and the Jock will face Roman Reigns. Why? How? It doesn't matter. He's the Jock. He can do whatever he wants. So yeah, it should be very entertaining. I can't wait to see the surprise entrance and all that. And yeah, there you have it. Those are my predictions. Let's see what happens. They'll probably add a few more matches before the actual Rumble. But anyway, with all that being said, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you found it relaxing, and I'll see you guys next time. Take care. Bye-bye. Since 2014, the revolutionary force in retro entertainment. Hey guys, ASMR Retro here, and welcome to my predictions video for WWE Humiliation Chamber 2024. This takes place on February 24th, 2024 in Burswood, Western Australia in Optimus Prime Stadium. There's only 4 matches on this card, but still somehow it's probably going to be the longest pay-per-view in WWE history. But anyway, the first match is the tag team match for the undisputed WWE Tag Team Championship, and it will be your current champions, the Hung Jury, consisting of Damian Priest and Finn Balor, versus the New Catch Outlaws, Peter Doom and Tyler Swift. I'm really looking forward to this match. I'm a fan of pretty much everyone in this match. Really like Peter Doom. I remember Tyler Swift from NXT, or was it UK NXT? I can't remember exactly. Is he on the main roster now? I didn't know that happened, but regardless, it should be a good match. Of course, Damian Priest and Finn Balor are always good together. But in terms of an outcome, it's kind of obvious, I think, that the Hung Jury wins. I can't, again, so close to WrestleMania, I don't see them losing now. Why would they? So yeah, this is a pretty easy choice. I think it ends when Breach hits the redemption and makes a pin on Swift, if I had to guess. But the important thing here is that I believe the Hung Jury is gonna win, and I am actually looking forward to this match. It should be a good one. Okay, next up is a singles match for the Women's World Championship, and it's your current champion, Rihanna Ripper, versus Nylon Sax, the Samoan dump truck. Now, this is kind of a weird match, and I don't know why so close to WrestleMania they would book their top female star, in my opinion, against Sax, who's known for hurting the people she wrestles, like really hurting them, not, pretend hurt. It's kind of risky, in my opinion, especially I don't really see the payoff there at all. I don't know what to make of this match. We'll see how it goes. But I think it's pretty obvious that Rihanna Ripper is going to win this one. But what I think, so I did a little bit of fan booking here, and how I think this match is going to end, so hear me out. I think Sax is going to try to hit the Samoan dump. But when she gets up there, Dominic Toretto's going to come out for the distraction, and then that's going to give Rihanna enough time to roll out of the way. But Sax is going to drop the big dump on the floor, and she might injure her hole like she did in the past. That's what I think. And Rihanna's going to get up. She hits the letter rip. 1, 2, 3. It's over. And once again, Mimi's always on time. But then Ripper's going to have to go to the nearest medical facility to repair the damage that Sax did to her, and then she's going to announce on social media that she has to miss Grapplemania XP. But anyway, that's just my prediction there. But the important part is that Rihanna Ripper is going to win and retain the Women's World Championship. Alright, next up is the Humiliation Chamber match for a Women's World Championship match at Grapplemania XP. And it's going to be Becky Lynch versus Blanca Belair versus Liv Morgan versus Tiffany Manhattan versus Wyoming versus Rochelle. Okay, so in terms of a winner, let's go through this person by person here. If I had to pick someone off the list, scratch someone off the list, that is, first would be Tiffany Manhattan. I'm not saying she's gonna get eliminated first, but she's at least likely to win. And then maybe like Rochelle, I don't see that happening. Wyoming, I know she just came back recently, but I don't see that happening. So that leaves us with 3. Liv Morgan could happen, but it's just such a physical mismatch. In all honesty, yes, Rihanna Ripper will not be injured for WrestleMania, I hope. But if it's her versus Liv Morgan, it's just too much of a physical mismatch to be believable. So I don't think that's happening. Blanca Belair, we've seen it, haven't we? I don't know, I could be wrong. I might have bad memory. And so that just leaves Becky Lynch. So I think that would make a good Grapplemania women's title match, women's world championship match, whatever you want to call it. So yeah, I'm gonna go with Becky Lynch. She's gonna win with the wrench handle slam, and she proves once again why she's big time wrench, the tool, Becky Lynch. Okay, and finally, we have the Humiliation Chamber match for our World Heavyweight Championship match at Grapplemania XL. So whoever wins will fight Seth Meyers at Grapplemania. So we have Drew McIntosh versus Sandy Norton versus Bobby Eyelash versus LA Tonight versus Karen Owens versus Hollywood Paul Hogan. So, okay, let's do the same thing here. Let's pick them off one by one. Hollywood Paul Hogan. Didn't he fight Seth Meyers already? I could be wrong. It would be interesting to see that as a main event and maybe get some mainstream eyeballs on the screen there, but I don't think that's gonna happen. Karen Owens, not this year. Bobby Eyelash, no. Drew McIntosh, maybe, but I don't know. I don't really want to see that. I'm not sure how many people want to see that. Sandy Norton's a real possibility. He returned relatively recently, but at the same time, I don't really think he needs a title match. He can be in any match, so I'm gonna go with LA Tonight, maybe because that's, kind of what I want to see. I'm hoping to see, but it would be fresh, exciting. So yeah, it would be. But then Seth Meyers would have to be a heel, and he's kind of a face right now, so I don't know if that would work. I don't think they would turn LA Tonight right now, but who knows? But anyway, I'm just gonna go with LA Tonight. He'll hit the BLT on McIntosh for the win, and before that happens, I think McIntosh will eliminate Norton in some kind of shady way, leading to a match between them at Grapplemania. But yeah, the important part is LA Tonight is my prediction to win the match, so this should be a fun match. There's a lot of good competitors involved here. They know how to put on a show, so let's see what craziness Paul Hogan comes up with in this match. But anyway, so yeah, that's all there is to the pay-per-view. Like I said, there's only 4 matches, not too much to say, but I hope it's gonna be a good show. Anyway, with all that said, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you found it relaxing, and I'll see you guys next time. Take care. Bye-bye. Hey everybody, Retro here, and welcome to my Grapplemania Extra Large Predictions video. I'm very excited. I can't wait to jump right in. Grapplemania is going to be massive this year. It's a 17-night event. I only have time to cover the first 2 nights, but it's going to be awesome. Taking place on April 6th and 7th, 2024 in Philadelphia. And once again, these are my predictions. Don't take it too seriously. This is mostly for fun and for relaxation. So let's jump right in here. Alright, night 1. First match, Rihanna Ripper versus Becky Lynch, and it's a singles match for the Women's World Championship. Now this should be a pretty good match. I'm a big fan of Rihanna Ripper, not so much Becky Lynch. I don't know, I just think that the size difference is gonna be kind of weird. Like, I know they're both good workers, but looking at both of them sitting next to each other, it's like kind of not believable that Becky Lynch can, even hold her own against Ripper, but I guess we'll have to see what they pull off. I think it should still be pretty good. With all that being said, though, I think Rihanna Ripper is going to retain the championship. I don't think we really need a Becky Lynch title run at this point. I know there's rumors that she might leave after this, but regardless, that doesn't really factor into my decision. I would think Rihanna Ripper's gonna retain anyway. She still has a lot of momentum on her side. People still like her, so why end the reign now? You know what I mean? So yes, I think Rihanna Ripper's gonna win with her finisher, the Ripley's Believe It or Not. That is my prediction. Alright, next match. Uter versus Sami Zayn. And it's a singles match for the WWE Intercontinental Champion. I'm really excited about this one. This one, in terms of an in-ring performance, I think this match will be the best match of all 17 nights of Grapplemania. I don't know even know what the story is or why they're fighting, but I don't care. Sami Zayn has gotten a little bit cold lately compared to how over he was last year, but regardless, it should be a really good match. But at the end of the day, I think Uter's going to retain. I think his Intercontinental run has been awesome, and I want to see it keep going, and I think Uter will remain your champion. Okay, next up is a 6-pack tag team ladder match for the undisputed WWE Tag Team Championship. So the teams are the Hung Jury, which is Finn Balor and Damian Priest. They are your current champions, versus TMI, which is Johnny Oregano and Tomato Salsa, and versus the Awful Truth, which is the Shiz and Rotten Tooth, versus the New Way, Kofi Kingsman and James Woods, versus a team not over, Boston Theory and Gary Walson, versus the New Catch Outlaws, Peter Doom and Tyler Swift. So there's about 59 competitors involved in this match, I believe, if my math is correct. And it's a ladder match. It's going to be very chaotic. I'm not really into these super chaotic ladder matches. I like the one-on-one ladder matches, which you really don't see anymore. There should be some fun spots, I guess, here and there, but I'm just not into all the chaos. I do like most of the teams involved, but overall, and another thing is, I think my understanding is both belts are on the line, because you know how there's I don't even know what they're called, but there's two tag team, the World Tag Team and whatever Universal Tag Team belts. So they're both on the line, so you could have them split apart basically. So that being said, I think the Hung Jury is going to retain one of them, and the other one, I don't know, I couldn't really pick one. I don't think it's going to be TMI, it's not going to be Awful Truth, it's not, probably not the New Way, probably not New Catch, so I'll probably have to say a team not over to win the other one. I don't know, bro, it's hard to decide, but anyway, there's my predictions for that match. Next we have Jey Russo, yeast. Sorry, I love when he does that. But anyway, Jey Russo versus Bimmy Russo, brother versus brother, and it should be pretty good. Not too much to say about this match. Maybe this would have been more exciting, a while back. Maybe they waited a little bit too long for this match, but anyway, should be pretty good. I think the crowd will be into it. They like doing the yeast thing, but bottom line is, I think Jey Russo's gonna win with no less than 47 super kicks. That is my prediction. Jey to take this one. Yeast. Okay, next up is Blanca Belair, Spade Cargill, and Wyoming versus Control C, which is Dakota, Nebraska, Oshkosh, Bagaska, and Barely Sane. It's not a match I know that much about in terms of storyline and whatnot. My first instinct was Control Z, but then I'm like, oh wait a minute, Spade. This is her first match, I believe, in WWE. Could be wrong, but if that's the case, then yeah, definitely Team Blanca's gonna win, and I think Spade Cargill's gonna get the pin. That's my prediction for that match. Okay, next up is LWO 2000, comprised of Ray Romano and Bruce Lee versus Roseanne Escobar and Dominic Toretto. Again, I'm not super interested in this match. I do like Dominic Toretto a lot. I think he has a very bright future. I think everybody loves Ray Romano, but I don't know. There's not too much interest for me in this match. So if I really had to pick a winner, I don't know, Team Escobar. Not much more to say about that. And finally for night one, the match that I think everybody's super duper excited about. I know I am. It's gonna be nuts. It's the Breadline, and that's the Jock and Roman Rage versus Cody Stones and Seth Jokin Myers. Oh man, I can't wait. I've been waiting for this for a long time. They built it up so well. It's gonna be something. I think the crowd's gonna be going nuts. And I believe the stipulation is, if the Breadline wins, then on night 2 when Roman Reigns fights Cody Stones, it's Breadline rules, so pretty much anything goes. But if Stones and Myers wins, then it's just a regular one-on-one with Cody and Roman Reigns. So with that being said, I'm like, okay, it's actually kind of complicated with those stipulations to make a prediction, but the main thing is, if the Breadline loses, though, who would take the pin, the Jock or Roman Reigns? I can't see either one happening. So, and the other thing is to build up intrigue for night 2's match. You would think you would want Cody's team to lose because it stacks the odds against him, so he could overcome them. Plus, you have a more interesting match to some people if it's, Breadline rules or whatever. So, now the question is, who's going to eat the pin, Cody Stones or Seth Jokin Myers? That's a hard one to predict. I'm not 100% sure. In a way, I think Cody Stones is going to take the pin because, again, it sets up him. It stacks the odds against him more, like, oh man, he lost, so there's no way he's going to win night 2 kind of thing. But I'm not really sure. But the bottom line is, I believe that the Breadline will win, and I believe the Jock will pin whoever with his finisher, the Jock Bottom. That's my prediction. Okay, so that was night 1. Let's move on to night 2. First match, Seth Jokin Myers versus Drew McIntosh. A singles match for the World Heavyweight Championship, and Seth is your current champion. I had to think about this one a lot too, and I know in my last predictions video, I was like, oh, who really wants to see Drew in the World Heavyweight match at WrestleMania? But not realizing I hadn't seen Drew in a long time on SmackDown or Raw. I didn't realize how his character actually got a lot cooler. But yeah, I think Drew McIntosh is gonna win with the calamari kick. Another reason, I think, people are kind of tired of Seth Myers. He had a good run, but do we really still need him as a World Heavyweight Champion? He's gotta move on to something else, in my opinion. And if Drew McIntosh loses, then what's next for him? You know what I mean? So, I don't know, to me it makes sense that Drew McIntosh comes out on top here, so that is my prediction. Drew McIntosh with a calamari kick. Okay, next up is Marble Rye versus Bayleaf in a singles match for the WWE Women's Championship. I don't have too much to say about this match. Bayleaf is okay, but not nowhere near the level of Rihanna Ripper or some of the other women. So I don't know, I'm not terribly excited for this match. But with that said, I say that Bayleaf is gonna be your new women's champion. Okay, moving along, we have LA Tonight versus Ray J Styles. this should be a good match. I think people will be very into it. People, I think, still love LA Tonight, even though he's cooled off a little bit. So yeah, Ray J always puts on a good match, so this should be a fun match to watch. But with that being said, I think LA Tonight is gonna go over. He's gonna win the match with the BLT, and he's gonna get on the mic and yell, "Yippity yup yup." Everyone loves when he says that, so stay, keep an eye out for that. Okay, then we have Hollywood Paul Hogan versus Sandy Norton versus Karen Owens, and it's a triple threat match for the WWE United States Championship. This should be good. I like everyone involved. Should be a fun match. I don't see Karen Owens winning. Sandy Orton maybe, but does he really need a United States Championship run at this point of his career? Not really. I kind of see Hollywood Paul Hogan retaining. I think that would be best for business because he has the whole social media, blah blah blah, this and that. So I just kind of see him winning for no reason other than Sandy nor Karen need this win at WrestleMania. So plus Paul Hogan winning would get the most media attention, I believe. So that is my prediction there. Okay, then we have a 6-man Philadelphia cream cheese street fight. And the teams are the Prune, Bobby Eyelash, Michelangelo, and Monty Ford, with B-Fowl versus the Final Statement, Criss Cross, Toka, Razar, with Scarlet Witch and Paul Rudd. Not a match I'm terribly excited about either. Again, I don't know the story behind this. It would be cool if they were actually fighting on the street, like if they were fighting at some of the iconic locations where they did the Rocky movies and stuff. That would be kind of cool, but I don't think they're gonna do that. So I don't know, not too much to say about this one. I don't know, I'll say the Prune's gonna win. Alright, finally the match most of us are kind of excited about. Roman Reigns versus Cody Stones for the undisputed WWE Universal Championship, with your current champion being Roman Reigns. Oh boy, well, it's the match doesn't feel as big as it should be because they spent so much time, promoting The Rock versus Cody, kind of, rather than this match. I don't remember Roman Reigns doing much at all for this Grapplemania build-up for this match, so it doesn't seem as that big a deal. But because in the night one I predicted that the Breadline would win the tag match, obviously it's going to be Breadline rules, so you're going to have The Rock involved and everyone else in the Breadline involved, so it's going to be exciting, that's for sure. I think that Cody Stones will have people helping him out. Now, it maybe Seth Meyers. It would be really cool if his brother Bone Dust shows up. I don't know what his A&W contract situation is, but that would be like really, really cool if that happened. But at the end of the day, what I think is going to happen is the Jock is going to interfere somehow and cause Cody to win. Now, it might kind of look like it was an accident, but it kind of looks like it's on purpose. And the reasoning is that the Jock may not want to fight Roman Reigns for the championship, but he wants that championship, right? So if he causes Cody to win, then the Jock fights Cody, and that way, he's gonna win the championship from Cody. He's a champion, and peace, remains within the Breadline. You know what I'm saying? So, but of course, Roman Reigns is gonna see right through that, and he's gonna want to fight The Rock eventually. So that's the reasoning behind that. But the bottom line is I think Cody Stones is going to win with the Stone Cutter. And then he's going to hit the Yellow Brick Road. And Cody will be your new champion. And he's finally going to finish the movie. That's my prediction for the main event of WrestleMania. What do you guys think? I'd like to know what you guys think in the comments. Do you think I'm crazy? Do you think I'm way off? I don't know. We'll see, bro. I'm not gonna cover, like I said, all 17 nights, so I'll leave that for somebody else to do. I just don't have the time, and you probably don't have the time to listen to it. But it's gonna be a good Grapplemania. I'm very excited, and with all that being said, I hope you enjoyed listening to this preview / predictions video. Enjoy Grapplemania, and I will see you guys next time. Take care. Bye-bye. Since 2014, the revolutionary force in retro entertainment. Hey guys, Retro here. Welcome to my WWE Backlash 2024 predictions / preview video. The pay-per-view Backlash takes place in France, and its tagline is "Nightmares do come true eventually." So here we go. We'll just start off with the first match. We have a tag team match with Sandy Norton and Karen Owens versus the Breadline, consisting of Yolo Sikoa and Temu Tonga. And the story here is the addition of Temu Tonga to the Breadline. So it should be pretty interesting. I'm not very familiar with him, to be honest, but it should be interesting to see what he can do. So for a split second, I was going to think that Norton and Owens would win, but I think it's pretty obvious that the Breadline's going to win, because it wouldn't make sense to bring in a new member and then have him lose in his first match. So as far as I know, he hasn't wrestled yet. So yeah, this match, I say the Breadline is going to win. And Temu is going to get the pin with a new submission move called Tapping Like a Billionaire. That's my prediction, though the Breadline is going to win this match. Next up is a tag team match for the WWE Women's Tag Team Championship. So you have your current champions, the Ultimate Warriors, Ahsoka and Barely Sane, versus Blanca Blair and Spade Nightingale. Should be a good match for sure, but I think that Blanca Blair and Spade Nightingale are going to win, because Spade is still relatively new in the WWE and they're pushing her hard. So Blair and Nightingale winning the belts, I think, would be, a good way to elevate her. I think that Blanca and the Ultimate Warriors will do most of the work, and then at the end Spade will come in and hit her finisher, the Spade and Neutered, and boom, that's it. 1, 2, 3 new women's tag team champions, Blanca Blair and Spade Nightingale. Okay, next up is a triple threat match for the WWE Women's Championship, and your current champion, Bayleaf, versus Wyoming, versus Tiffany Manhattan. Out of these three competitors, I think Bayleaf is the weakest in terms of in-ring wrestling ability, at least that's my opinion. But I think she has the strongest personality, character, blah blah blah. But with all that being said, for what that's worth, I think that Bayleaf will retain the women's championship. I see no reason to take the belt off her so soon, and she's gonna win it with the Rosebud. Okay, next up is a singles match for the World Heavyweight Championship, and it's gonna be your current champion, Damian Priest, versus Jay Leno. Yeast. This should be a good match. I think Jay Leno's gonna get a great pop, as he always does. Damian Priest's gonna put on a good show, but with all that being said, he just won the belt off of Drew McIntosh at WrestleMania after he had it for like 0.53 seconds. So I don't see them switching belts again so soon. So I would say Damian Priest is going to retain, and he's going to win it with the Recollection. But regardless of how he wins it, the important part is that Damian Priest is going to win, and that is my prediction. Okay, now we're on the final match already. It is a singles match for the undisputed WWE Championship. So it's going to be your current champion, Cody Stones, versus AJ Styles Sheets. This is going to be a really good match, I think, even though I don't know exactly why they're fighting. Like, how did this come about? I haven't watched Raw or SmackDown in a while. Last thing I remember is that LA Tonight beat AJ Styles Sheets at WrestleMania, but I think there was some kind of tournament or something. I don't know, bro. But yeah, it's going to be the match of the night, I think, and Here's how I think the ending is gonna happen. So AJ is gonna set up Cody for the cascading style sheets, and then Cody's gonna reverse it into a calf pinch, and using AJ's own submission move against him. And the calf pinch, just think about that, man. That's a painful move. It's like, in soccer when they kind of hurt their calf a little bit and they have to lay down for a minute or two. Think about that. That's and then AJ, though, he's gonna be like, writhing in pain. Oh my god, my calf hurts a little bit. And then he's gonna pull himself up on the ropes to like kind of reverse it. And then boom, he's gonna hit the stone cutter on Cody. Doing the same thing to him. That, you know what I mean. And Cody's gonna be out colder, seemingly. And then AJ is, he's gonna get a bit cocky. He's gonna be taking his time, showboating, blah blah blah. But then when he goes for the pin, Cody's gonna out of nowhere hit the yellow brick road. 1, 2, 3, boom. Cody retains his undisputed WWE Championship. That is my prediction. Alright, those are my predictions for the Backlash 2024 event. Let me know what you think. But with that being said, I hope you enjoyed the show. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys next time. Take care. Bye-bye. Since 2014, the revolutionary force in retro entertainment. Welcome to my WWE King of Queens predictions video. And this event will be hosted by Doug Heffernan, I believe. And it'll take place on May 25th, 2024 in Jeddah, Saudi Arabia. You'll have to excuse me because I don't have my usual recording equipment with me, so the audio quality may not be the best. And this will be a pretty quick video. So first up, we have the Lord of the Rings final, and the winner gets a World Championship match at SummerSlam, and it will be Uter versus either Sandy Norton or Temu Tonga. At the time of this recording, I don't know who will be in the final, either Sandy or Temu. So it makes it a little bit hard to predict, but the bottom line, if I had to predict a winner, I think it'll be Temu, based on the way that they are pushing him. And maybe Jacobs too will help Temu, and he'll probably use his finisher, the Jacobs ladder. So my prediction is Temu will win this match. Next up is the Lady of the Rings final match, and the winner gets a Women's World Championship match at SummerSlam. It'll be Lycra Vinyl versus either Nylon Sax or Blanca Belair. My first instinct is that Belair will win, but I don't even really know. I thought that Spade Nightingale would win the whole thing, but she got eliminated pretty early. Maybe Spade will interfere to cause Belair to win or lose. I don't know. But if I had to pick somebody, I'll say that it'll be Belair wins the Lady of the Rings. Okay, next up is the Women's World Championship. Becky Lynch, who is the current champion, versus Liv Morgan. Not too much to say about this one. I think Becky Lynch will retain her championship. Okay, then there will be a triple heat match for the WWE Outer Continental Championship. And it'll be Jamie Stain, your current champion, versus Brad Stable with Oatmeal versus Bossman Reeves. I'm not a big fan of triple heat matches, but with that being said, I think Jamie Stain will walk away retaining his Outer Continental Championship. And finally will be a match for the unidentified WWE Championship between Cody Stones, your current champion, versus Paul Hogan. Should be a very good match, probably the best match of the night, but in the end, I think Cody Stones will pin Paul in the middle of the Optimus Prime Lethargy drink logo. Those are my predictions for the match. I hope you enjoy the show, and I'll see you guys next time. Take care. Bye-bye. Hey guys, Retro here. Welcome to my WWE predictions video for Clash of Clans Scotland. and it'll take place on June 15th, 2024 in Glasgow, Scotland, in the OVO Hydro venue. This should be a pretty exciting event. I like when they do these big events in other countries. They've been doing that lately, and I definitely want to see more of this in the future. It'd be cool to see like maybe an event in like Tokyo or something like that. Like I know the crowds there tend to be a little bit more polite and quiet and stuff like that, but still be awesome to see. But I think the crowd tonight will be really, really loud. So looking forward to that. Anyway, here are my predictions. As I always say, don't take this too seriously. This is more about relaxation than, a deep analysis. So try to sit back, relax, and enjoy it. First up is the Triple Heat Tag Team match for the WWE Women's Tag Team Championship. And it'll be your current champions, Blanca Belair and Spade Nightingale versus I'm on Fire and Is You Down versus Shayna Lacer and Tony Stark. To be honest, I don't think I've ever seen I'm on Fire or Is You Down wrestle. Maybe I have, I don't know. So I can't really comment on them. I like Shayna Lacer and Tony Stark, but I don't know how over they're getting with the crowd. I could be wrong. Shayna Lacer, she's really good in the ring, and I saw her wrestle many times in the past, but the last time was on SmackDown the other week, and the crowd was like just absolutely dead. And of course, Blanca Belair and Spade Nightingale are a great tag team. They're really good together, I think. And we all know eventually they're gonna, have a few against each other. And you might think, oh, maybe they're gonna lose, and then they're gonna set it up a match for SummerSlam. But I don't think we're ready for that yet. It would be better, I think, if they save that match for Grapplemania, but who knows. But bottom line is, my prediction for this match is that Blanca Belair and Spade Nightingale will win and retain the Women's Tag Team Championship. Okay, next up is the Too Legit to Quit match for the unidentified WWE Championship. And it'll be your current champion, Cody Stones, versus AJ Styles Sheets. Now, I'm not the biggest fan of Too Legit to Quit matches. Sometimes they're okay, but one guy gets the other guy in a hole and he keeps asking the referee, he's like, ref, ask him if he's too legit, ask him. So the ref is like, are you too legit? Are you too legit? And everyone's like, yes, I'm too legit to quit. Until he eventually says, okay, I quit, I'm not too legit. And just kind of repetitive in that sense, but I'm sure Cody Stones and AJ Styles Sheets, they're two great workers. I'm sure it'll be a great match. Just not a big fan of the gimmick, or whatever you want to call it, of the stipulation for this match. Not too much to say for this match. I don't think Cody Stones is going to lose the belt so quickly. Seems like he's, they have long-term plans for him as champion, not as long-term as Roman, I don't think. That's probably not going to happen for a very long time. But, I don't think he's going to lose it anytime soon. So, I'm just going to go with the winner, and still your unidentified WWE champion, Cody Stones. Alright, next up is the WWE Outer Continental Championship match with your current champion, Jamie Steen, versus Brad Stable, with the Chad Academy consisting of Oatmeal, Shakira Tozawa, and Raxine Double D. So I think what's going to happen here is that Oatmeal is going to finally turn on Brad Stable and attack him for real, like not just like, oops, I accidentally clotheslined you, just like straight up attacking him, and that'll lead to him losing, and that's to set up a match between Brad Stable and Oatmeal at SummerSlam. It's all about SummerSlam, setting that up, and then I don't know where that leaves the rest of the Chat Academy, but I think that's where they're gonna go with this. Again, I don't really know, but I'm pretty confident to say that I believe Jamie Steen will win with the Alapalooza kick. But there you go, there's my prediction. Winner is Jamie Steen, and still your WWE Outer Continental Champion. Okay, next we have the WWE Women's Championship match with your current champion, Big Leaf, versus Pfeiffer Never with Charlie Sheen. Not too much to say about this one. I like Pfeiffer Never. I think she's pretty entertaining in the ring. But she doesn't. Her promo skills seem pretty weak. I saw her on SmackDown the other week giving a promo with Bayley, and it was pretty bad. She didn't really have much of a personality, so she needs to work on that. But she has good look. She's good in the ring, so it should be a good match. I know Pfeiffer is from Scotland, but I don't think they're taking out the belt off of Bayley just yet. So the winner and still your WWE Women's Champion, Bayley, and she's gonna win with the Bayley to belly suplex. And maybe the story will be like, oh my god, can't she hit the Bayley to belly on Pfeiffer? And she's gonna try a few times and on her back she can't do it, but then she eventually doesn't. I don't know, bro. But the important thing is that I believe Bayley will win and retain. And finally, we have the World Heavyweight Championship match with your current champion Damian Priest versus Drew McIntosh. And the hung jury, that's Dirty Dominic Toretto, Finn Balor, and JD McDonald, are banned from ringside. Now, my original instinct was that Damian Priest would win, but then I'm like, wait a minute, that doesn't make sense. So here's what I think is gonna happen. Hear me out. So Liv Morgan will come out and try to help Damian Priest win because she wants to impress Dominic, right? This is gonna backfire, causing McIntosh to hit about 372 claymation kicks and get the pin. This is gonna cause problems with the hung jury and eventually lead to a match between Liv Morgan and Rihanna Ripper at SummerSlam in a Dominic Toretto on a pole match. The winner gets to keep Dom Dom. And it makes sense for Drew to win in his home country. Drew and Damian, I think, recently have, I think they're heels normally, right? But Drew will be in his hometown. He's a hometown hero. He's gonna get a huge pop. So it makes sense for him to win. And then this sets the stage for Drew McIntosh and CN Tower for the World Heavyweight Championship at SummerSlam. Once again, it's all about SummerSlam. But it's also interesting that it says that the hung jury, Dominic, Finn, and JD are banned from ringside, but it doesn't say Rihanna Ripper. So maybe, I don't know how serious her injury is, but maybe she's gonna make a surprise appearance somehow, cause maybe to confront Liv Morgan when she comes out, and they're fighting back and forth. Is gonna accidentally cause Damian Priest to lose. I'm not sure about that, but the bottom line is that the winner and new World Heavyweight Champion Drew McIntosh, apples will fall from the rafters as Drew pops bottles of carbonated apple juice and the crowd goes home happy. Alright guys, those are my predictions for WWE Clash of Clans Scotland. I hope you enjoyed the show. I hope you found this video relaxing, and I'll see you guys next time. Take care. Bye bye. Hey guys, welcome back to ASMR Retro, and welcome to my 2024 WWE Money in the Mattress pay-per-view video. It takes place on July 6, 2024 in Toronto, Ontario, Canada at the Scotiabank Arena. So yeah, I'll just give my predictions of each match in the pay-per-view. As always, don't take this too seriously. This is mostly for relaxation purposes. I'm not an expert at this stuff, and to be honest, I rarely watch Raw or SmackDown, so I'm a little bit behind on this stuff. But anyway, I hope you get some enjoyment out of this. Okay, first up is a 6-man tag team match featuring Cody Stones, Sandy Norton, Karen Owens versus the Breadline, and it'll be one of 3 of the following: Yolo Sikoa, Double T, Longa Toa, and Jacob's Ladder. This should be an entertaining match, that's for sure. Especially with Cody Stones, Sandy Norton, and Karen Owens. They always put on good matches. I'm not the biggest fan of this current incarnation of the Breadline without Roman Reigns. It's just not the same. But I am excited to see Jacob's Ladder and what he can do. I just saw some snippets of him here and there, and it looked impressive, but it'll be nice to see him in a actual full match. So So it's pretty obvious to me anyway that the Breadline is gonna win, and it's a pretty safe bet to say that Jacob's Ladder is probably gonna get the pin. Alright, now we have a singles match for the WWE Outer Continental Championship, featuring your current champion, Jamie Steen, versus Bunsen Burner. I'm really excited for this match. I think Bunsen Burner has a lot of potential. He has that crazy intensity that I want to see. And of course, we all know he's the son of legendary tag team wrestler Marty Jannetty. And I'm sure his dad will be really proud to see what he accomplishes in this match. With that being said, who I think is going to win? It's going to be a great match. Jamie Steen always puts on a good match, but I do think it's Bunsen Burner's time to shine. And I think he's going to pull out the victory here and become your new Outer Continental Champion. That is my prediction, and it would be kind of interesting if it was a squash match. I think nobody would expect that, but on the other hand, I don't want him to become the squash match guy, you know. But regardless, I think it's going to be a great match, maybe the best match of the night. Okay, now we have the last choice match for the World Heavyweight Championship, featuring your current champion, Damian Priest, versus Seth Jokin Myers. And we have some stipulations here. If Priest wins, Seth Jokin Myers can never let Becky Lynch choose his outfits ever again. If Myers wins, Priest has to cut his hair in the style of Dominic Toretto's mullet. So as you can see, there's some pretty big stakes here. You know, as if the heavyweight championship wasn't enough, they put these highly consequential stakes attached to this, so it should be very interesting. So what's gonna happen in this match? In my personal opinion, I'm getting kind of tired of Seth Jokin Myers. I think he needs a change. I think either go away for a while, change his gimmick, do something. I think Damian Priest's title run is going well. Maybe not amazing, but well. And I think they'll continue it. So I really do think Seth Jokin Myers is going to lose, which means that, again, he can never let Becky Lynch choose his outfits, which is, again, going to be a really big change for him. I know it's probably a scary time for him, you know, considering that, but I think it'll be the best thing for him, because that'll mean a total gimmick change. He'll come out, I don't know, dressed completely differently, like in a regular suit or something, I don't know, bro, but it's going to be interesting to see what he comes up with on his own in terms of physical appearance. But with that being said, I'm going to say it one more time. Winner and still your World Heavyweight Champion, Damian Priest. Okay, now we have the Money in the Mattress step stool match, where the winner gets a women's championship match contract. Now, if you're not familiar with the Money in the Mattress matches, basically there will be a contract hidden inside a mattress, but it's kind of high up there, so you have to climb a step stool. It's like 2 or 3 steps or something like that. Put your hand in the mattress and pull out the contract, and you can cash in that contract, for a year, anytime you want, against the champion of your choice, I guess, something like that. But anyway, so this is the women's one. It's gonna consist of Marble Rye, Charlie Sheen, Lycra Vinyl, Tiffany Manhattan, Wyoming, and Tony Stark. This one's kind of hard for me to predict, I'm not gonna lie. So I'm just gonna go through a process of elimination here. I don't think Charlie Sheen's gonna win because she's a bit green, to be honest with you. Wyoming, I don't really see them going that way. Marble Rye I don't think she really needs this right now. She'll be fine without it. So I would probably eliminate her as well. So it really comes down to Lycra Vinyl, Tiffany Manhattan, and Tony Stark. Now I know it seems like in recent years they like to make the winner of the Money in the Mattress be sort of young and more up-and-coming talent. So Lycra Vinyl is a good choice, but I'm not sure she's quite ready for that. Tony Stark would be alright too, but I don't think they want to go with her, so I don't know. I'm just gonna choose Tiffany Manhattan. From what I've seen, she's doing pretty well in her matches and stuff, so I really do think they're gonna go with her. But who knows? close, right? There's like 57 competitors in this match. It's gonna be a lot of chaos. It's gonna be a lot of fun. But at the end of the day, there can only be one, and that's gonna be Tiffany Manhattan. And finally is the men's Money in the Mattress step stool match. The winner gets a men's championship match contract. And your competitors are Jay Leno, Mellow Days, Michael Andretti, Brad Stable, LA Tonight, and Drew McIntosh. Once again, it's going to be a pretty chaotic match as always. Kind of hard to predict as well. That's why I like to go through the elimination process one by one. Well, first of all, Jay Leno, yeast. He's popular, obviously. He would be a good choice to win, but the reason I would eliminate him is because his face, he is on the poster for Money in the Mattress, so it would be too obvious. Like, I don't know, in terms of looking back at past Money in the Mattress posters, if the person on the poster typically wins, I would guess not. But you never know. But because he's on the poster, I would have to sadly eliminate Jay Leno. Okay, I'd also eliminate Michael Andretti. For no other reason, I just don't really see that happening right now. Brad Stable, he'd be a good choice too, but I don't think it's gonna happen. I'm guessing he's gonna fight Oatmeal at SummerSlam. So that don't really make sense if he wins, and maybe Oatmeal can interfere in this match, causing him to lose or, screw up or something like that, which will build some drama for their SummerSlam match. Once again, it all comes down to SummerSlam. So I'm gonna say no for Brad Stable. Then we have LA Tonight. He would also be a good choice. It would be awesome if he won. I think that would be pretty cool. But once again, wasn't he feuding with Paul Hogan? And I don't think they ever wrapped that up, right? So I'm guessing he's gonna fight Paul Hogan at SummerSlam. So again, does he really need this victory here? And again, Paul Hogan could interfere in this. I'm not saying he is. It's a possibility, but I'm gonna eliminate LA Tonight. And then we have Drew McIntosh, who's probably the most believable person to win this, because he's just massive. But again, number one, he doesn't need it, and apparently he's supposed to fight CN Tower at SummerSlam. I don't know if he's gonna be healed by then, but again, so if that happens, he doesn't need this win. And again, maybe CN Tower can interfere, screw him over in this match. So I don't think it's gonna be Drew McIntosh. So really, that only leaves Mellow Days. Honestly, I don't know too much about Mellow Days. I haven't seen too much of him. I've seen like one or two of his matches, and like I said, they seem to be, with these Money in the Mattress winners, seem to be younger or like up and coming wrestlers. So I really think Mellow Days is gonna win this. How he's gonna win, or who he's gonna, well, you don't pin anybody in these matches, but I do believe he's gonna climb that step stool one rung at a time. Well, there's only like 2 or 3 rungs, so it's not that high, but he's gonna shove his head in that mattress, pull out that contract, raise it up in the air, and boom, your new Money in the Mattress contract winner, Mellow Days. And the Mellow Days are gonna be upon us in the WWE. So there you go. Those are my predictions for WWE Money in the Mattress 2024. Let me know what you think. Let me know your predictions in the comments. And I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you enjoyed the show on Saturday. And I'll see you guys next time. Take care. Bye-bye. Hey guys, welcome back to ASMR Retro. And welcome to my SummerSlam 2024 predictions video. SummerSlam takes place on August 3rd in Cleveland, Ohio, in the Cleveland Browns Stadium, and it's actually the 37th annual SummerSlam, and it is hosted by Cheese Miz. Alright, this is a pretty interesting card lineup. There's usually 2 or 3 tag matches, or a triple threat, or a quintuple threat, or whatever, but every match is a one-on-one. And every match is for a title shot except for one, which I do prefer one-on-one matches, but it's nice to have some variety in there, you know what I mean? But keep in mind that I'm recording this a couple days before the event, so I wouldn't be surprised if they add at least one tag match to the card. Okay, first up, we'll start with the match that everyone is talking about. It's a singles match between CM Punch and Drew McIntosh, with a special guest referee Seth "Jokin" Myers. This should be a good match. Punch and McIntosh had a great feud without even having a single match yet, so hopefully this payoff lives up to the hype. Obviously, Punch has been cleared to wrestle, but is he 100%? Will he have ring rust? Will he go easy on himself? I wouldn't be surprised if this is a bit of a shorter match than usual, just because of his the fact that he just came back from injury. And the other question is, what role exactly will Seth Myers have? Honestly, I don't even remember the exact history between these three, other than Myers hates Punch. I guess he doesn't get the punchline or something like that. But basically, I think the winner will be CM Punch. There's no way they'll make him lose his first match back after an injury. That would be kind of pointless. So it should be a very entertaining match regardless. But I am going to go with CM Punch as the winner. And he's going to win it with his finisher, the Coca-Cola Crush Triple C. 1, 2, 3, baby. Okay, moving along. Now for the match that everyone is talking about. It's the singles match for the WWE Inconsequential Championship, with your current champion, Jamie Steen, taking on Bunsen Burner. Now, before I get into the match, I want to correct a mistake I made in the last predictions video. Someone in the comments corrected me, so thank you very much for that. I appreciate it. I said that Bunsen Burner was the son of Marty Jannetty, which would make him the nephew of Ron Mitchell's. They, of course, are from the legendary tag team, the Stalkers. But it turns out that I confused them with another legendary tag team. So the actual father of Bunsen Burner is Ricky Johnson. And, of course, his uncle, Robert Fender, from the Rock and Roll Espresso tag team. So my apologies to you guys and to Bunsen Burner. But in terms of the match, I'm not too impressed by Bunsen Burner so far, to be honest. I heard a lot of good things. And to be fair, I only saw like maybe 3 or 4 of his matches, and they didn't really impress me all that much, especially based on his lineage and all the hype that I heard. And even looking back at the first match he had with Jamie Steen, I believe it was at Money in the Mattress, it wasn't that great. So hopefully he does a much better job this time. Now, in terms of a winner, I think Bunsen Burner's going to win this one, because this is their second match. Seems like they're building this guy up. And when it makes, like, if he loses now, all his momentum's gone, right? So, yeah, I would have to predict that Bunsen Burner will probably be victorious in this match and your new WWE Inconsequential Champion. Next up, the match that everyone is talking about. It's a singles match for the WWE United States Championship between your current champion, Hollywood Paul Hogan, and LA Tonight. This one is kind of hard to predict. Paul Hogan is doing a great job as the United States champ, but Tonight is still very popular. The crowd loves him. But how long will that last? You know, it feels like time is running out. He's not a young guy anymore. He's not old, but he's not young either, you know. Paul Hogan is young. He has all the tools to remain relevant for years to come. And a loss here really won't hurt him all that much. And even if his wrestling career doesn't work out, I don't know, maybe he can go start a YouTube channel or something, or try boxing even, who knows, right? The world is his oyster. So what I think will happen here is Hogan will get LA Tonight down on the mat, right? And out of desperation, Hogan grabs, those huge Prime Energy drink bottles. He lifts it up into the air. And just before he uses it to bash LA Tonight's brains into tomorrow, who shows up? It's T-Zilla out of nowhere, hits the teabag while the ref is tying his shoes, of course. And Paul Hogan goes down, right? Tonight rolls tumbles on top of him. The ref finishes tying his shoe. 1, 2, 3. And your new United States champion, LA Tonight. If you're unaware, Paul Hogan is suing T-Zilla. Something to do with Prime versus T-Base drinks. I don't know, bro. Doesn't matter though, because it was all a work all along. It was just to set up a match between Paul Hogan and T-Zilla at WrestleMania 41 Beverage Wars. Guys, now that name makes sense. It totally makes sense, so I can't wait for that one. But the bottom line is tonight, LA Tonight is your new United States champion. Okay, now for the match that everyone is talking about. The singles match for the unidentified WWE Championship with your current champion, Cody Stones, taking on Yolo Sikoa. I think this is the easiest match to predict on the entire card. There's no way Stones will lose this match. I just don't care that much about the Yolo version of the Breadline, to be honest. It's okay, but it's just not as exciting as it used to be. I think they need to shake things up a bit. So here's what I think is gonna happen. Cody will be demolishing Yolo, like basically just squashing him, Looks like it's gonna be a short match. And then suddenly the ref notices that he forgot to take his blood pressure medication, so he runs backstage. Now this leaves Cody Stones vulnerable to the entire Breadline, like the entire Samoan family tree basically. They all run out and start beating Cody into oblivion. Even The Rock's mother gets a few shots in there. And it looks like all hope is lost. It's all over. Nobody could save Cody. And then suddenly over the loudspeaker we hear, "Auga! It's Roman Rage, Roman Rage, Roman Rage." And the crowd erupts, and the sound meter explodes, killing everyone in the first 3 rows, but nobody cares because it's Roman Rage, and he slides into the ring, surrounded by the entire Samoan family. They close in on him, and he hits javelin after javelin after javelin, cutting them in half one by one, until it's just Roman and Yolo left. Roman Rage is pulsating, he's shaking, he's building up to rage mode. Auga! He hits the Spartacus punch. Yolo goes down. Roman pulls Cody's bloodied carcass onto Yolo just as the ref's blood pressure medication is under control and slides back into the ring. 1, 2, 3. Cody Stones retains the unidentified WWE Championship. And man, that's gonna be one hell of a match. They really should put this one on last because I don't know what could possibly follow that. Alright, here's the match that everyone is talking about. The singles match for the Women's World Championship with your current champion, Liv Morgan, versus Rihanna Ripper. Not too much to say about this one. I love Rihanna Ripper. I'm so glad Mammy is back. I was never a big fan of Liv Morgan, but she's grown on me a bit. I still think these two fighting is just a visual mismatch based on the size difference. Unless it's a squash match, but I don't think it will be. We'll see what Dominic Toretto will do here. I think he's gonna look like he's gonna help Morgan, but he'll take a look at Rihanna and be like, "You don't turn your back on family." Then he'll cause Liv Morgan to lose while the ref is taking an emergency call from his bookie or whatever. And Rihanna Ripper will hit her finisher, the Ripped in Pieces. And winner and new World Women's Champion, Rihanna Ripper. And I think after the match, it'll show the entire hung jury crew eating dinner together. So I think that's a nice little, a little message there about family at the end. Okay, here we go. The match that everyone's talking about. The singles match for the WWE Women's Championship with your current champion, Bayleaf, versus Nylon Sax. I had a bit of trouble with this one too. My first instinct was that Nylon Sax would win. After all, she won the Lady of the Ring tournament. She has the momentum. She's the unstoppable object or whatever, but I don't know. There's already a lot of title changes here, so maybe she won't win. She can always have a rematch with Bayleaf at a later date, so for this one, I'm going to go with Bayleaf to retain. And finally, the match that everyone is talking about, the singles match for the World Heavyweight messing up the Money in the Mattress finish. And I'm not even sure it was entirely his fault, but his title run hasn't been the greatest, but I don't think they're ready to give up on him yet. On the other hand, I think Uter is ready for the belt, but I think he doesn't need the win as badly as Preach needs it right now. And I think Uter will be fine if he loses. So with that being said, I'm predicting Damian Preach to retain the World Heavyweight Championship. And I think he'll win it after hitting his finisher, Preaching to the Choir. But regardless, I think this is going to be a very entertaining match. Alright guys, there you have it. Those are my predictions for SummerSlam. Let me know what you guys think. I hope you enjoy the show. I hope you enjoy this video, and I'll see you next time. Take care. Bye-bye. Hey guys, welcome back to ASMR Retro. Today I'm going to do a preview / predictions video for WWE Rash in Berlin, taking place on August 31st, 2024 in Berlin, Germany, in Uber Arena. So this is pretty cool. I think this is the first premium live extravaganza that is taking place from Germany. So that's cool. So yeah, I'm just gonna give some random thoughts and predictions. The main point of this is for relaxation, so don't take it too seriously. Alright, first up is a tag team match for the WWE Women's Tag Team Championship. This match features your current champions, the Unpeeled Onion, featuring I'm on Fire and Tesla Dawn. And the challengers are Blanca Blair and Spade Cargo. I don't have too much to say about this one. I know Unpeeled Onion won the belts at Clash of Clans Scotland back in June. And I believe they're from Scotland, which is probably why they won, to be honest. Other than that, I really don't know much about them. I just always assumed they were temporary champions, if you know what I mean. So with that being said, I'd probably go with Blanca Blair and Spade Cargo to get the win. Perhaps Blair Airport will get involved somehow, I'm not sure, but I don't think she'll have an impact on the outcome of the match either way. So yeah, there's my prediction. Blanca Blair and Spade Cargo will be your new WWE Women's Tag Team Champions. But overall, I think this match really has that big fight feel that's just so hard to come by in wrestling these days, so it should be good. Alright, next up we have the anklet match. Oh boy, this is going to be interesting. So we have CM Punch versus Drew McIntosh. This is an unusual match. They'll be tied together at the ankles, and that part's normal for an anklet match. But the weird thing is that they'll be tied together using CM Punch's anklet that McIntosh stole from him. It's kind of confusing, but my understanding is that CM Punch's dog Mo made it for him at summer camp or something like that, and so it has a lot of meaning for Punch. It has his name on it as well as his wife's name, AJ Lee. And I think it was on Monday Night War is Raw, where Punch is like, "Give me back my damn anklet," and McIntosh is like, "You'll get the anklet back when you prayed for my cold dead foot." Then out comes Daddy Wrong, and he goes, "At Rash in Berlin, it'll be CM Punch versus Drew McIntosh in an anklet match. Hater." So that's how this match came about. And but I think the story during the match will be that Drew's foot will be just way too strong for Punch. It's hard to win an anklet match when your opponent has the more powerful foot. I mean, it's just a fact. So Drew will dominate the whole match as Punch struggles to get in any offense. After many hours, Drew is finally ready to put Punch out of his misery, and he sets him up for the claymation kick. Drew shouts A, B, C, and just as his foot is about to connect with Punch's skull, a blurry streak of fur dives into the ring and bites Drew McIntosh's foot clean off of his leg. Oh my god, it's Mo, it's Mo, it's Mo the dog. Drew collapses on the mat in shock, blood is spurting everywhere. There's nothing the refs could do because it's no holds barred, baby. The crowd is going nuts. They break out into a "Who's a good boy" chant. Who's a good boy? Who's a good boy? Who's a good boy? gets up, he grabs Drew's severed foot and slides his own foot into it. He's wearing Drew McIntosh's foot like a wrestling boot. Punch in the corner shouts, A, B, C, boom. He hits the claymation kick on McIntosh using his own foot. He goes for the pin. 1, 2, 3. Punch wins, and he gets his anklet back. Guys, this is gonna be bonkers. But even more crazy is that I'm hearing rumors that Mo the Dog is now under WWE contract and is training in the WWE Performance Center. Guys, I don't know about you, but I believe that. But anyway, winner will be CM Punk in an insane match. But overall, I think this match really has that big fight feel that's so hard to come by in wrestling these days, but it should be good. Alright, next up is a mixed tag team match consisting of the newly formed Titan Towers, Damian Priest and Rihanna Ripper versus the Hung Jury, Dominic Toretto and Liv Morgan. So I guess Liv Morgan is officially part of the Hung Jury now, I guess. Not too much to say here. It should be a fun match. You know, at some point, Rihanna Ripper is going to get her hands on Toretto and give him a severe beating, and that always puts a smile on my face. Dominic Toretto and Liv Morgan will probably try something sneaky. You know, the other Hung Jury stooges will get involved one way or another. But at the end of the day, Damian Priest and Rihanna Ripper need this win. They both lost their matches back at SummerSlam, and that was Ripper's first match back, so she doesn't need it, but it would kind of be weird if she didn't win this one. I think Priest will pin Toretto after hitting his finisher, Preaching to the Choir. And that way they can save Ripper's revenge on Liv Morgan for a future event. So yeah, the winners will be the Titan Towers, Damian Priest and Rihanna Ripper. And overall, I think this match really has that big fight feel that's so hard to come by in wrestling these days, so it should be good. Alright, then there's the singles match for the unidentified WWE Championship, featuring your current champion, Cody Stones, versus Karen Owens. So I guess we have a face versus face match. Karen Owens helped Cody fight off the breadline at SummerSlam, so I guess Cody is returning the favor. It'll be a great match, even though I'm not sure where they're going with this. Is Owens going to turn on Cody somehow? Will he get the breadline to interfere in the match? Possibly, I don't know. Maybe Roman Reigns will make an appearance and ruin their plans. But regardless, I think Cody Stones will win the match via submission with the figure 5 leg lock. So winner and still unidentified WWE champion, Cody Rhodes. And overall, I think this match really has that big fight feel that's just so hard to come by in wrestling these days. So it should be a good match. Okay, and finally we have a singles match for the World Heavyweight Championship with your current champion, Uter, versus Sandy Norton. So if there's a stipulation here, if Norton wins the championship, he will be transferred to Monday Night or is Raw. And if Uter will be transferred to Friday Night Slap Up. Kind of a weird stipulation on this one. I'm not sure why anyone would care about that stipulation, but it should be an excellent match. I'm a fan of both of these guys. I think they work well together. It kind of seems like they're setting up Sandy Norton for the win since Uter pinned him at King of Queens. Well, sort of, but yeah, like Norton's shoulder was kind of up there. But anyways, plus the stipulation, it seems like they're just trying to put it in your head that Norton is going to win. But I can't imagine Uter losing the belt so soon. I'm sure Sandy will hit Uter with the Norton antivirus, then the SNK out of nowhere like he usually does. But Uter will kick out and respond with 78 burning power bombs for the win. So I say winner and still World Heavyweight Champion, Uter. But overall, I think this match really has that big fight feel that's so hard to come by these days in wrestling, so it should be good. Alright guys, there you have it. Those are my predictions for WWE Rash in Berlin. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you found it relaxing, and I'll see you guys next time. Take care. Bye-bye. Hey guys, ASMR Retro here. Today I'm going to do a predictions video on WWE No Blood, which is taking place on October 5th, 2024 in Atlanta, Georgia, in the State Farm Arena. So I'm basically going to talk a bit about each match and give my predictions. I have actually a pretty good track record when it comes to this stuff. I've been watching wrestling ever since it was invented in the 80s by Lance McDonald Jr. And it's because of my superior intellect and my highly educated university. You can clearly see that I have half the brain that you do, so with that being said, let's get into the matches. Okay, first up is a tag team match with Cody Stones and Roman Reigns versus the Breadlines, Yoko Sakawa and Jacob's Ladder. To be honest, I'm not as excited for this match as I should be. I'm sure it'll be a fun match, but it doesn't seem like it's a big match or as big a deal as it should be. I haven't cared much for the current version of the Breadline. I also think Roman maybe should have come back at the Royal Fumble. I don't know. But it'll be good to see him wrestle again. I believe this is his first match since Wrestlemania XL. I could be wrong about that. In terms of the winner, I'm tempted to say that Roman Reigns will screw over Cody and cause the Breadline to win. But I don't think that's happening. I'll play it safe and say that Roman Reigns will get the pin after hitting the Spartacus Punch and the Javelin. So winner, Cody Stones and Roman Reigns. But overall, I really think this match will leave everyone understanding the true meaning of blood runs cold. Okay, next up we have the WWE Women's Championship match featuring your current champion, Nylon Sax, versus Bayleaf. Not too much to say here. Was never a big fan of Nylon Sax. Bayleaf is okay, I'd much rather she win, but I think it's gonna be Nylon Sax winning with her finisher, the Sax Hole. So winner and still champion, Nylon Sax. Overall though, I think this match will leave everyone understanding the true meaning of blood runs cold. Here we go now, we have the Heaven and Hell match featuring CM Punch versus Drew McIntosh. This match will take place in the Heaven and Hell steel cage, a demonic structure over 300 feet tall and weighing an estimated 2,700 tons. It's believed to contain more steel than most countries produce in an entire year, and it can actually be seen from space. This thing is massive. So this is the third and maybe final match between Punch and McIntosh. McIntosh won the first, Punch won the second. Unless they have more planned for this feud, I think it's pretty obvious that Punch is gonna win. The only question is, how brutal will it be? Will there be blood? Will somebody blade? I know there was blood, a lot of blood in the last Heaven and Hell match, but I'm pretty sure that was an accident. We'll see. The other question is, will anyone interfere? Last time I thought CM Punch's dog Mo might get involved, which I still think would have been a great idea, but they didn't do that. And I don't think they're going to do that this time. How would a dog even open the cage door anyway? It doesn't make sense. No, this time though, I think that CM Punch's wife, AJ Lee, will make the save for Punch. I have no idea how. Maybe she'll be hiding under the ring. Maybe she'll pretend to be a paramedic who's led into the cage to help one of the hurt wrestlers. Imagine that, AJ Lee wearing a nurse's outfit. That would be something, alright. But yeah, she'll probably give Drew a kiss, which causes him to unsheath his claymore. Then Punch out of nowhere hits him with the spiked Pepsi Punch. 1, 2, 3, Punch wins. And Punch, AJ, and Mo celebrate as a family.
Show me that smile again. Don't waste another minute on your crying. We're nowhere near the end. The best is ready to begin.
So winner, CM Punch. And I think this will end up being a very heartwarming, family-oriented everyone understanding the true meaning of blood runs cold. Okay, next up is a singles match. Damian Priest versus Finn Berger. I don't have too much to say about this one. Probably the match I'm least interested in. So I'll just predict that the winner will be Damian Priest. But overall, I really think this match will leave everyone understanding the true meaning of blood runs cold. And finally is the Women's World Championship match with your current champion, Liv Morgan, with Dominic Toretto versus Rihanna Ripper. And Toretto will be suspended above the ring in a shark cage. Guys, I now have 133 1/3% proof that the WWE head of Creative Craft Services watches my content. Why? Here's why. Check out this short clip from my Clash of Clans Scotland preview video back in June of this year, and you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. Roll the tape. Liv Morgan will come out and try to help Damian Priest win because she wants to impress Dominic, right? This is gonna backfire, causing McIntosh to hit about 372 claymation kicks and get the pin. This is gonna cause problems with the hung jury and eventually lead to a match between Liv Morgan and Rihanna Ripper at SummerSlam in a Dominic Toretto on a pole match. The winner gets to keep Dom Dom. I called it. Okay, a pole isn't exactly the same as a shark cage, but it's pretty damn close. Anyway, I've never been the biggest fan of Morgan, but she's doing a fantastic job in the story, and Rihanna is always great. I'm looking forward to this one mostly for the story and to see Dominic hanging there in the cage. But I think he'll find a way to escape the cage, then he'll try to help Liv Morgan totally mess up, causing her to lose the match, thereby transferring complete ownership of Dom Dom to Rihanna Ripper. That's just how the law works. Then after the match, Dom approaches Ripper with his arms wide open, and Ripper says, "You can keep him." And the entire arena's like, oh snap. And then Dom turns around, looks at Liv Morgan, and slowly walks towards her, and she's like, "No thanks." And they both leave him standing alone in the ring while everyone is laughing at him. That's my prediction, but the important part is that Rihanna Ripper will win and become the new Women's World Champion. But overall, I really think this match will leave everyone understanding the true meaning of blood runs cold. So there you have it, guys. Those are my predictions for WWE No Blood 2024. I hope you enjoyed the show. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys next time. Take care. Bye-bye. Hey guys, Retro here. Today I'm going to do a preview predictions video for WWE Crown Jewel, taking place on November 2nd, 2024 in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. Now this is probably going to be a pretty short preview video. I unfortunately don't have that much time today to record this, but I really wanted to get my predictions out there, so here we go. First up is a 6-man tag team match featuring the OC Breadline, consisting of Roman Reigns and the Lenos, Jay Leno and Bimmy Leno, versus the Breadline, Yolo Sokoa, Temu Tonka, Tonka Temu, and or Jacob's Ladder. So I guess it's 3 of the 4 of the Breadline are going to be in this match, and they don't know yet. This should be a pretty fun and entertaining match. I think it's pretty obvious that the OC Breadline is gonna win. That's what I think. You can't go wrong with the OC Breadline, the new Breadline, or the current Breadline. If you ask me, they're getting kind of stale. But with the OC Breadline, even though they're older as a team or whatever, they're the originals, but you got Jay Leno there with his yeast. I think he's gonna make this bread rise to the occasion, if you know what I'm saying. So, winner, in my opinion, will be the OC Breadline. Alright, next up we have a fatal 4-way tag team match for the WWE Women's Tag Team Championship. It'll be your current champions, Spade Cargo and Blanca Blair, versus Control Z, Barely Sane, and Marble Rye, versus Facebook for Whiplash and Jack's son versus Charlie Sheen and Pfeiffer Ever. Not too much to say about this match. I'm not a big fan of 4-ways or 3-ways, especially when it's a tag team match. I really don't see any of these other teams winning, so I'll just come right out and say it. I think the winner and still your WWE Women's Tag Team Champions, Spade, Cargo, and Blanca Blair. Okay, next up is the triple threat match for the WWE United States Championship. This will feature your current champion LA Knight versus Al Dente versus Carmelo Days. Again, we have a multi-person match. This is a 3-way. At least it's not a tag team, but still I'm not super thrilled about 3-ways. Should be a fun match, but I don't see the championship changing hands tonight, so I gotta go with LA Knight as your winner and still your WWE United States champion. Next up, we have a singles match between Sandy Norton and Karen Owens. I don't even remember anything about this feud or when they started feuding, or can't even remember when these guys wrestled. Like, I know they did. I remember watching them wrestle. I just don't remember who they wrestled, if they won or they lost. I don't know, bro. My brain's kind of turning to mush, but what can I say? It'll definitely be a good match. I'm gonna go with a Sandy Norton. Why? Because his name is first. That's my analysis of this match. Okay, then we have a singles match between Seth Jokin Myers versus Buffalo. This one's interesting. I don't watch weekly WWE television, so I'm not sure how this one came about. I do like Buffalo. I think he's interesting. He's huge. But he can still do some pretty cool stuff. He's intimidating. And so this one's kind of hard to decide. I wanted to go with Buffalo. But because I really want to see where he's going to go and where they're going with him. But I think the safer bet is to go with Seth Jokin Myers. I'd rather Buffalo win, but I have a feeling they're going to go with Seth Jokin Myers. I don't know, we'll see. But that's my prediction. Winner, Seth Jokin Myers. Alright, here we go. Now we have the singles match for the inaugural WWE Women's Crown Jewel Championship. It's between Liv Morgan, who's your Women's World Champion, versus Nylon Sax, who is your WWE Women's Champion. This one, so this is the new championship belt that they're introducing, the Crown Jewel Championship, so I don't know if it's only going to be defended on Crown Jewel events. I don't know, bro, but I thought about this one for a while, then I say, okay, it makes sense if Nylon Sax wins. They're both heels, right? So it's like, okay, who's going to win this? I think they're both heels, but then I'm like, okay, probably Nylon Sax is going to win. It makes sense because she won the Queen of the Ring. I think it was in the last Crown Jewel event, so it'd be interesting if she wins them both here. It makes sense. I'm going to go with the winner as Nylon Sax, and then I think Tiffany Manhattan, she's going to cash in her Money in the Mattress contract, and she's going to take the Crown Jewel Championship from Nylon Sax. Now, that's just a maybe, but the official part of my prediction is that Nylon Sax will be the winner. And finally, we have the singles match for the inaugural WWE Men's Crown Jewel Championship, and it's between Uter, the World Heavyweight Champion, versus Cody Stones, the unidentified WWE Champion. This one made me scratch my head for a while. I was like, I don't know, bro. They both kind of deserve to win, but then I figured, let's face it, Cody Rhodes is at his peak. And I don't mean that in a bad way, like he's at the top of the mountain now. There's nowhere much more higher than he can go. If he loses this match and doesn't become the Crown Jewel Champion, it's not going to hurt him very much. Uter is a rising star. He's on his way up. So winning this match will definitely help him, and losing him would hurt him. So I'm going to have to say your first WWE Men's Crown Jewel Champion will be Uter. And that is my prediction for that match. Alright guys, those are my predictions, short and sweet. Let me know what you think in the comments. I hope you enjoyed the show. I hope you enjoyed this video. And I'll see you guys next time. Take care. Bye-bye. Hey guys, Retro here. place on November 30th, 2024 in Vancouver, British Columbia in the Rogers Arena. Now, as always, I am not an expert on these things. I don't watch regularly. So, this is just more for fun and relaxation. Don't take it too seriously. Okay, first up is a singles match for the WWE United States Championship. It features your current champion, LA Tonight, versus Milkshake Nakamura. Now, it's been a while since I've seen Milkshake. Not sure where he's been, and I'm not sure if he returned with a different gimmick, a different flavor, if you will. Last time I remember seeing him, he was a heel. I'm assuming that he still is. It should be a good match. Not too much to say about it, I guess. So my prediction is that LA Tonight will retain his United States Championship with his BLT kick. It should be a good match, and one thing's for sure, it should leave a big stain on the WWE landscape forever. Next up is a triple stench match for the WWE Inconsequential Championship, featuring your current champion, Bunsen Burner, versus Shamu, versus Ludwig von Koopa. Now, as many of you know, I'm not the biggest fan of triple stench matches, and this will probably be no different, although sometimes they surprise me. I think they had a recent one, I can't remember who was in it. I was like, you know what, that was kind of the best match on the card, but we'll see about this one. They just get too chaotic for me sometimes. And I think Shamu, I haven't seen him in a while either. I don't know if he was injured or what, but it's good to see him in a match. Honestly, I haven't seen Bunsen Burner in a while either. I usually only watch the special events, so I'm sure he wrestles on the weekly shows, whichever show he's on, but I haven't seen him really recently. It should be fun. Bunsen Burner, I still don't see what other people see in him, his potential and all that stuff. I'm not saying he's not good or doesn't have potential, I just haven't seen it yet. So hopefully I'll see some of that today. With that being said, I don't see them taking the belt off him at this time. So I'm going to say the winner will be Bunsen Burner. And one thing's for sure, this will definitely leave a big stain on the WWE landscape forever. Next up is the Women's War Stains match. Now bear with me here because this features about 1,582 competitors. We have Rihanna Ripper, Blanca Belair, Wyoming, Marble Rye, and Bayleaf versus the hung jury consisting of Liv Morgan and Raquel, Nylon Sax, Tiffany Manhattan, and Candy Rain. So I'll name them Team Ripper and Team Oregon. This is gonna be chaos. Let's talk about the rules of a War Stains match first. So what happens is every 937 seconds, a fan is randomly chosen from the audience. Now, they have to run up to the concession stand area, buy 2 roses, a red one and a blue one, corresponding to each team. So the fan has to eat one of the roses, and then they give the other rose to one of the teams, and then they play a round of hot potato with you know what? I actually don't know how it works. It's something like that. I'm a little bit off probably, but you could just look it up online, I guess. It's not that complicated, but anyway. What can I say about this match? I guess the Ripper Oregon feud is still going on. It's been going on for 20 years, I think. I don't know what to say. I guess it'll be entertaining, chaotic. I'm sure there'll be a lot of dangerous spots, broken limbs, all that kind of good stuff. I don't know. I'm gonna go, and oh yeah, of course, Dominic Toretto's gonna get involved one way or another. We know that. I don't know. I'm just gonna say their Team Ripper is gonna win the match, and she'll probably Ripper Oregon, if you know what I mean. Rip out live organs. Oregon, I guess. I don't know. So yeah, I'll go with Team Ripper, and one thing's for sure, it's gonna leave a big stain on the WWE landscape forever. Okay, then we have a singles match for the World Heavyweight Championship, featuring your current champion, Uter, versus Damian Breach. Championship at this time. I see no reason for that, so I'm gonna go with Uter to retain the World Heavyweight Championship. But one thing's for sure, this will leave a big stain on the WWE landscape forever. And finally, we have the men's War Stains match featuring Roman Reigns, the Lenos consisting of Jay Leno and Bimmy Leno, Jamie Stain, and CM Punch with Paul Bearer versus the Breadline, Yolo Sikoa, Jacob's Ladder, Temu Tonka, Tonka Temu, and Buffalo. So we'll call them Team Rage and Team New Bread. This will definitely be the best match of the night, especially from a storytelling perspective. So many things could happen either way, kind of hard to predict. My first thought was the New Bread, they won against Team Rage or whatever back at the Clown Jewel event, I believe. So I'm thinking, okay, Team Rage is going to get their revenge, they're going to get their win, and everything will be right in the universe. But I'm hearing rumors that we're going to see a return of the Jock, and it's been a while since we've seen him. I can't even remember the last time, but I think he was still a heel. Now in real life, apparently the Jock is a heel. Like, everybody seems to hate him now. I think it's partially because of his behavior on the sets of his movies. I don't know, something about he took a dump in the director's coffee or something. I don't know, bro. I don't even know if that's true, but something like that. And so everybody seems to hate him. So, but the question is, who's he gonna help, Team Rage or Team New Bread? That's really the question. And if he helps, like, one thought process is, well, he wants to rehabilitate his image, so maybe he's gonna help Team Rage and turn into a good guy again, and then people will be like, oh, he must be a good guy in real life too. But where does that really leave, like, future storylines and stuff like that? If he helps Team New Bread, then it sets up two big money matches in the future. The Jock versus Roman Reigns and the Jock versus CM Punch. I personally think the Jock versus CM Punch is a bigger money match for Grapplemania than the Jock versus Rage. But CM Punch tends to be injury prone, so it's kind of a bit of a risk. But anyway, maybe they could have one at the Royal Fumble against Punch, and then the Jock versus Rage at Grapplemania. But we'll see. But the bottom line is, I think the Jock will help the New Bread if he even shows up. Even though the New Bread is getting kind of stale, but you know, that's a way to reinvigorate them, you know. So to freshen them up a little bit. So my official prediction is that the New Bread will win with assistance from the Jock. And that is my prediction. But one thing's for sure, it's gonna leave a big stain on the WWE landscape forever. Alright guys, those are my predictions. Let me know what you think in the comments. I hope you enjoyed the show. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys next time. Take care. Bye-bye. Hey guys, it's ASMR Retro here. Today I'm doing a preview video of WWE Saturday Night Live, taking place on December 14th, 2024 in Uniondale, New York, in Nassau Veterans Memorial Coliseum. Now this is going to be a pretty short video, I think. I'm pretty exhausted from working on my last video. It took a lot longer than I thought, so I'm just going to do this quick. One of my goals this year was to do a preview video for every WWE event, not including NXT. So I did them all, and this is the last one, so I just wanted to get it out there. So anyway, let's get to this. First up is a singles match for the unidentified WWE Championship, with your current champion, Cody Stones, versus Karen Owens. This should be a good, fun match. Both of these guys always put on a good match, but I see no reason for Karen to take the belt at this point, so I'm just gonna say winner, and still your champion, Cody Stones. Alright, next up is a singles match between Jamie Stain and the returning Drew McIntosh. So I guess the story here is that Drew is back. He was gone for a while. I kind of forgot about him, to be honest. So yeah, it should be good. I can't even remember. Was he feuding with Jamie Stain? I know it's been so long, I don't even remember. I don't know why this match came about. But it should definitely be entertaining. But I think it's pretty obvious here that Drew McIntosh McIntosh is going to be your winner in this match. Even though Jamie Steen is having a bit of resurgence now that he's back with the OG breadline to some capacity, but still I think Drew McIntosh will win with the claymation kick. Okay, and then we have a triple threat match for the World Heavyweight Championship with your current champion Uter versus Finn Berger versus Damian Priest. I know I said before that I don't like triple threat matches, but they are kind of growing on me lately. The last 2 or 3 I've seen are actually pretty good. So whoever's putting these matches together, maybe they're just figuring out how to do it in a good way finally. But so I am kind of looking forward to this and see what they could do with it. But at the end of the day, I think Uter will retain his World Heavyweight Championship. Okay, then we have a singles match for the Women's World Championship with your current champion, Liv Morgan, taking on Marble Rye. Not much to say about this. I just think Liv Morgan will retain the championship. I don't see Marble Rye taking it off her tonight. Okay, finally we have the tournament final for the inaugural WWE Women's United States Championship. Wow, that is a mouthful, alright. And it's between Michigan and Charlie Sheen. To be honest, I don't know much about Michigan. I don't really remember seeing her wrestle. Charlie Sheen, I've seen her wrestle and here and there. I'm not super impressed, so I'm not super hyped about this match. I think there's too many titles to begin with, but anyway, should be interesting, I guess, to see who becomes the first United States champion. But based purely on how WWE has historically picked the champions, I have a feeling that Charlie Sheen is going to win, even though I don't particularly like her. I don't necessarily want her to win, but that is my prediction, and your first United States Women's Champion will be Charlie Sheen. Alright, there you have it. Let me know what you guys think in